Greetings, royal queens and kings. It's your host, Queen Tulsa. Welcome back to the Queen Tulsa Show. I will be your captain tonight. I have a co captain tonight, but you have to stick around to find out who that is. First and foremost, if you're not subscribed to the channel, I need you to press that subscribe button down below. If you're already subscribed to the show, set your notifications to all so that you don't miss any of the hot topics and fire content. And go on and press that like button while you're at it. Queens and Kings, on the agenda tonight, we have Sharrell's World Dad Speaks Out. hmm hmm And Diana, the real furious rich woman, sends a shutdown notice 8 times, guys. Yes, 8 times. The official Kingpin interview with Michael, the new alleged victim that was doxxed by Sharrellsworld and her husband, and had the cops called on him by Sharrellsworld. Child, it's a lot. Let's get into it.
Never say we want it. Girls can't never say how. Girls can't never say they need it. Girls can't never say nah. Girls can't never say they want it. Girls can't never say how. Girls can't never say they need it. Girls can't never say nah. Oh nah. Give it to me like you need it, baby. Want you to hear me screaming, have you breathing. I don't need a reason, baby. I want it till you get right. I can get it to you right, baby. I wanna be in your lane. I can be real good. Please don't get these feelings. Hey, I need some love.
All right. If you guys are in the building, please let's hit the like button. Please hit the like button. Yes, yes, yes. Absolutely. I hope you all are having a wonderful night. And thank you all for sticking with the sister. I've been so busy. And listen, we're actually going to be going live right after this live. Yes, we will. Mhm. We will be going live right after this live. Okay. So let me get my music together. All right. How you guys like that? Awesome. All right. So shout out to a website called All About the Tea. Okay. Now, here's the exclusive details of why Sharrell was sent 8 cease and desist and not a blogger called Unwind with Tasha K. Because Sharrellsworld wants to paint this narrative that Tasha K is just this big liar, but she forgot to add herself into the situation. hmm hmm the lady that went to court with Cardi B? Smart woman. Shout out to Unwind with Tasha K. If you guys know Tasha K, please tag her in this video. She's now a household name. Can we say publicity? Yes. How you doing? Okay. Now, let's get into it. Now on to the article. Diana Jenkins suing blogger Sharrellsworld for lies and defamation. Real Housewives of Atlanta. Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star Diana Jenkins plans to sue problematic YouTuber Trina Cheryl Lloyd, aka Sharrellsworld, and other bloggers. The blogger went on a month-long tirade on her YouTube channel, making numerous false and defamatory statements about the Room 23 author. The false claim includes labeling Jenkins as a ex-offender trafficker, a P word, a madam, and reportedly referred to the RHOBH, star as a O, the main O in charge, a Beverly Hills imp, and claims her book, Room 23, was a book of Jenkins, John's, and you know who. The P word ends with a S. Okay. On August 31st, the entrepreneur's powerhouse legal team fired off 8 cease and desist letters to multiple bloggers that continue to perpetuate nasty lies about Jenkins. Jenkins' attorney is J. Eric Connolly, a partner with Chicago law firm Benish Friedlander, Copeland, and Aronoff LLP, a high-profile defamation lawyer who represented a beef producer in the $6 billion pink slime defamation case against ABC News. He's currently representing a voting technology company and multi-billion-dollar defamation lawsuits against Fox News and others over their reporting of the 2020 presidential election. All About the Tea has obtained Trina Sharrellsworld's cease and desist letter drafted by attorney J. Eric Connolly, who makes Jenkins' demands crystal clear. Stop the false statements, correct the record, and apologize. Sharrellsworld purports herself to be truthful, honest, and a Bravo insider with exclusive sources. However, Jenkins' scathing CMD affirmatively states that Trina Sharrell Lloyd is not credible. Are you guys following along with me with the article? Oh, absolutely, guys. Shout out to All About the Tea. This is where the article can be found. I'll place the link in the chat. Actually, I'll do that right now. So give me a moment. I'll go ahead so you guys can read for yourselves because, this is what was reported. We'll drop that link right there in the comments. The attorney's right. Hold on, let's put Sharrell back up. Sharrell, where are you at? Okay, because the people need to know. There she is. Okay. The attorney's right. You have put yourself in a precarious and potentially ruinous position. Perhaps you believe that a get out of jail card exists because you run a banner through your show. Everything in this video is alleged, sick, and in our opinion, and therefore, you can persuade a court or jury that your statements about Ms. Jenkins are pure opinion. That is not going to happen. As an initial matter, you have repeatedly made these above described statements over multiple months, creating the obvious inference that these are facts and not opinions. In addition, you have held yourself out as someone that your audience can and should rely upon for uncovering facts. You would have no audience if you acknowledge that everything you say is pure, hateful, make-believe. You have branded yourself as someone your audience can trust for facts, and you have used that brand for purposes of self-promotion and enrichment. These facts alone foreclosure the pure opinion defense. They add, further, you have eliminated the pure opinion defense by telling your audience that your statements about Ms. Jenkins are based on facts. For example, during the June 17th, 2022 YouTube video, Ms. Lloyd stated, "No, I'm not dragging her. I'm telling the truth. And I'm not sure why you're laughing and discrepitable, because I'm telling the honest truth. Similarly, Ms. Lloyd stated during the July 6 and 7, 2022 YouTube videos that Ms. Jenkins needs to be held accountable for the things that she has done and needs to be held accountable respectively. Similarly, during her June 24th, June 28th, June 30th, July 1st, July 22nd, and August 22nd, 2022 YouTube videos, Ms. Lloyd repeatedly stated that Ms. Jenkins was getting away with and is never going to pay for the above described conduct and or needs to be in prison for the above described conduct. Additionally, many of the videos have titles that are plainly stated as purported facts, such as Diana, RHOBH, outed sick for being a madam, ex P word Diana Jenkins, and ex Madam Diana Jenkins. In addition to Trina Sharrell Lloyd, the RHOBH star is fiercely going after Jezebel, and a social media personality known as NT Lawyer, aka Crazy Days and Nights. NT has implied Jenkins has deep ties to the late Jeffrey Epstein, who was accused of, we all know, by multiple women. Diana believes this all stems from something infamous she wrote in 2009, Room 23, featuring raunchy pics of models / celebs. All right, guys, let me go ahead and check the likes and see where we are on the likes. Let me know if you guys are enjoying the content. If you are not subscribed to the channel, please do so at this time. If you are not signed up for that membership, now is the time to go ahead and sign up for that membership. Diana Jenkins has denied outright any involvement with Jeffrey Epstein and or we all know. Speaking of Jezebel, the CND sent to them is quite forceful as well, referencing 2012 and 2022 articles. Diana's team says, beyond the obvious legal issues, what you have done to Ms. Jenkins is simply wrong. She is a mother, a philanthropist, and entrepreneur. Her philanthropic endeavors are well known and have generated millions of dollars in assistance for victims of human rights violations, national disasters, the W word, and health epidemics. To characterize Ms. Jenkins as a blockwalker, what Jeffrey was accused of, and criminal is not just factually inaccurate, but sexist. The legal documents go on to speak on Jenkins' character. Beyond the obvious legal issues, what you have done to Ms. Jenkins is simply wrong. She's a mother, a philanthropist, and an entrepreneur. Her philanthropic endeavors are well known and have generated millions of dollars in assistance for victims of human rights violations, natural disasters, the W word, health epidemics. To characterize Ms. Jenkins as a blockwalker, madam, what Jeffrey was accused of, child A word, and criminal is not just factually inaccurate, but ethically wrong. This is not entertainment. This is someone's life and reputation. Your YouTube show may give you an audience, an advertising, or other revenue, but it does not give you a license to defame and disparage Ms. Jenkins. There are real world consequences to your actions. Okay? So when we talk about breaking the law and doing malicious things, you know, she did that to Michael. That wasn't right, Sharrell. You know, right here, what we have on the panel, we have Sharrell. We have Sharrell. Okay. Let me just roll this clip of what she did. We're going to go through and we're going to dissect because this was wrong. This was a big no-no. Absolutely. Can we please get a Cash App? I'm not too proud to beg, you know. Can we please get a Cash App, a PayPal, or a Zelle? We're going to go on a quick break and we will be right back, guys. Please donate to the channel. This is an independent operation, okay? Queen Tulsa Show. Queen Tulsa is always live in the field. Queen Tulsa is a content personality that is broadcasted on YouTube, Instagram, and other social media. Please like, share, and subscribe to this independent channel for the people. Donations go to building this platform. Thanks for taking the time to watch. Remember to hit the like, share, and subscribe buttons. Hello and welcome. Thank you all for coming by. I really appreciate you. Oh, absolutely. Please like, share, and subscribe. The Goddess Tulsa Show. Welcome. Please like, share, and subscribe. Now is the time to go ahead and get ready for the show. We have some great news for you. Okay? We're going to have a great time. So I really, really, really appreciate you and your dedication to showing up. Gratitude. Don't be afraid to hit that Cash App. And don't forget to smash that like button. All right. Oh, excuse me. Let me take a sip of my drink. Because now we're about to have the appetizer. You know, we'll have the appetizer first. I think that's appropriate. Give us one moment. We're going to bring up some content. And coming to the stage as when we talk about protecting the community and not weaponizing the police, you know. And this was around the George Floyd, you know, era. You know, this was a protest reaction and tribute that Sharrellsworld had with a young lady that she sued. And she has her dad on the panel. And also she has, looks like Perry's locked up in the room. Okay, hold on, let me see. So you guys can see. Looks like Perry's locked up in the room, you know. Oh, absolutely. Oh yeah, this is the video. And that's her dad in the red shirt. Say hello to Mr. John. And shout out to Mr. John and all the veterans. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your service. I wish Sharrell would stop looking at me. Let's get into the content, guys.
Everybody's voices needs to be heard.
Yeah.
So I'm just one person.
Time to send out notifications. I just wanted to talk about what we were really talking about and how, I don't know, crazy this is. So Amber, what made you go down?
Mainly because of my son. You know, my adopted son. You know, he's 24 and African American. You know.
Okay. You know, my son, he's African American. He's my stepson. He's my stepson. Disclaimer. Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is used permitted by copyright statute that might be otherwise be infringing non-profit, educational, or personal use to balance in favor of fair use. This video was made for entertainment purposes and is transformative in nature.
I watched the video of George. I've seen Sandra Bland. You know, she's from Houston, just like George was. And you know, there's a lot of you know, just stuff that it's not going away. And until people stand together, one arm in arm, it doesn't matter the color, creed, whatever, it doesn't matter. Everybody's voices needs to be heard.
Yeah.
So I'm just one person, but I was one out of almost 60,000.
So for you guys that are just coming in, I brought my father on. I was talking to him. Say hi, Pop. I was talking to him about just what was going on in the country and just how bad everything was. So I want him to, we're going to talk about his comparison. So he actually went through this before in the 60s. But first, before I get to that, I just want to show you guys some of the things that Amber sent me because it was, whew.
So, you know, for me, from observation, you know, she was reporting on this story, and we all know what that viral story was. And how could you not know? It was on every television station. It was on every blog. It was on every news outlet. And so when you say the pattern, you know, from observation, it doesn't seem like she does her research on anything per Diana's lawyers, you know. Because her team of lawyers, you know, they just weren't, you know, work for free type of, it wasn't a work for free type of situation. You know, this woman has money, not no 500,000, you know, 100,000, 600. She's got money, long money. So, you know, like I said, you know, it's a fake outrage, and Sharrell has her dad there. Once again, shout out to all the veterans. Thank you for your service, and thank you for you know, going out there and doing what you do.
A lot of people, overwhelming. How long did you march?
It was 1.5 miles. We were down there probably for a good 4 hours.
An hour?
No, 4 hours.
4 hours?
Yeah.
You marched for 4 hours?
Well, it wasn't just marching. We stopped, you know, everybody rallied together and just, you know, water breaks and, you know, talking, people, you know, giving their commentary. So it was just a 4 hour get together.
Show a little clip and show the people so everyone could see what you saw. It was very powerful.
Yeah, it is.
Girl, we all saw it on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, live news. You depended on someone else's information. How long were you marching? Well, did it matter how long she marched? Did it? Oh, 4 hours. Wow. It's the fake outrage for me. So we're just going to skip past that little part because I feel like she's giving recognition to the wrong person. You know, we want recognition in the courthouse. So, yeah, we're going to do that.
Right?
Yes.
Was it like, is it the same as what's going on now?
Well, I think the strategy is the same to make.
Pop, you kind of went through something like this in the 60s, right?
Okay, right there. She asked her pops, you've kind of been through something like the similar situation, right? Okay, good point. I'm glad she brought that up. I'm really glad she brought it up. Because now I want her to explain this. You know what I mean? Let's get into it. Actually, I'm going to post Michael's link to this video. I will be taking a bite of this to put in here so you guys can get clarification, so you guys can understand where I'm coming from. This is not a malicious act, but I want you guys to understand who we're dealing with, who you're dealing with, who you're watching. Now, her dad endured something of this nature. Okay? Something of this nature. Let's get into this content.
Vegas couple, baby.
That hates your fucking guts.
Yes, John.
Hey, Rosemary, why did you not present me against what? Sorry, can you shut up for a fucking second? Just for a second. I know.
No,
Why did you stop? Ashley, why didn't you shoot your face?
No, his name is John Yates, and I can't see my my things right now because I'm watching this to know where to cut it off at. This video that I'm watching, y'all just getting the audio. But his name is John Yates. This is one of the people that I know that they tried to sue or whatever, that they went out against, because he's what he's doing is let people know the people that they are. Everybody's not gonna fall out with you. Everybody's on drugs, and they just make up their own narrative. But this is why people fall out with them, because now you all see the real Vegas couple, baby.
Okay, Michael, and thank you for that. Absolutely. So what they did to Michael was they got into it with Michael over the internet. They got into it with him over the internet, and they were bent out of shape. They made like live after live after live. It was a bit exhausting, to say the least. You know what I mean? And speaking of that, let's hear what her dad has to say. Okay, let's get into it.
Yes.
Was it like, is it the same as what's going on now?
Well, I think the strategy is the same to make people separate, and they did it after the 60s started using, because we had other words before we started calling ourselves blacks. It was other words they used, but they went on a color system. Everything got a color. There's no such thing as a red man as a Native American. No such thing as a brown man as a Mexicano. No such thing as a black person. It's an African American person. There's no such thing as a white person. It's Caucasian. But once they went on the white system, they started with the good guys wore the white hats. The bad cowboys always in the black hat. The good.
Do you all see how uncomfortable that lady is up top? I mean, she's over there taking deep breaths. She's fiddling with her hair. And you have Perry at the bottom. I mean, he just looks like a statue. He looks like do you know those wax figures? You know, he's just sitting there just still. And look at Sharrell. You know, she doesn't care. She'd rather be out getting her nails painted, you know? Or what? She'd rather watch paint dry. And it appears that, you know, that's the vibe that her friend's giving too. I mean, just watch the video and discern for yourself of how you feel about the body language, when we're talking about this, because this is not just, prices, the gas pump are up. No, we're talking about history. We're talking about something that was very critical within the Black community. It hurt a lot of people in the Black community. And we have people twiddling their hair, taking deep breaths. You have people uninterested. We have people froze like they didn't eat a lot of edibles or something. I don't know. Because I don't know. And what could it be? Because actually, no, that was me. That was me. Actually, I had an edible earlier and I just sat and I was stuck watching. And I'm like, oh my God, like, what am I doing? What am I watching? Let me check these likes to see where we are. We have 18 million people in the building. If you guys don't want to hit that like button, please hit the Cash App. Thank you all so much for supporting Queen Tulsa, the show, whether it's a like, a share, a subscribe, a Cash App, a PayPal, or a Zelle. Thank you for coming by and watching the show. And this is your commercial for being acknowledged for just being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Without you, who would be watching? Thank you for tuning in. Oh, absolutely. Pastor Offering played around. Let's get into this content. And once again, shout out to those veterans, especially Sharrell's dad. He's very passionate, And so when we talk about this was not a laughing matter. This was nothing to take lightly. Okay?
Cowboy always had the white horse, and the other one had a spotted horse.
Mm-hmm.
It's always so they embedded it in there. Whether in society, they just embedded it. Institutional racism, they call it, is embedded it into the people.
Mm-hmm.
So, but we always had people for justice because we're not a particular race. We're the human race until we start seeing that we're all human. People, it's not that the police is so bad. It's the man inside the uniform that's bad.
Yeah, not all cops are bad.
Yeah, but some of them that got the uniform on are bad. Some blacks, African Americans are bad. We always got the bad seed in there, but you can't blame the whole person. But it's just a shame that it takes something like this to make people speak up. Hold hands together. But they always, when we used to march, it was Caucasian people holding hands, and every race is like.
Well, I think it's only fair if you guys get to see the reactions, because look at the ladies up top. I just want you to check it out. Let's.
Bad.
Yeah. Yeah, not all cops are bad.
Yeah, but some of them that got the uniform on are bad. Some blacks, African Americans are bad. You know, we always got the bad seed in there, you know, but you can't blame the whole person. But it's just a shame that it takes something like this to make people speak up, you know, hold hands together. But they always, you know, when we used to march, it was Caucasian people holding hands, and every race is like now. But the only difference is, I don't think it went overseas like it did here this time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because of social media. And you said a lot of people, I have a nephew that lives in England. You're saying, Pop, that it's caught the world's attention, these protests?
This time, yeah.
Are they protesting overseas?
And it is with the.
You know what? I just can't with her. She's so lost in the sauce. Do your homework. You pick up that phone and call Nosy, and y'all discuss all that ratchetness behind the scenes, but make it count. Make it count, Sharrell. And then you have conscious, unconscious over on your panel. And we're going to do a video about him. And my mentor. You know? The uncredible conscious. Okay? It's like they're all just uncredible at this point. Diana has proved it. And the official Kingpin has proved. Those people over there are not credible. Be aware of where you're getting your content, people. Double check, fact check for yourself. Even with me, even with me, fact check it. Go look this stuff up yourselves. Shout out to a website called All About the Tea that provided an article tonight, and the intimate details of the 8 cease and desist and the lies and defamation that Sharrellsworld tried to put on Diana Jenkins. And Diana Jenkins put her in her place. Oh, yes, she did. Her and other bloggers. Yeah. When you're not credible, nobody wants you to be reporting on their situations. I wouldn't want a non-credible, whatever they do over there, reporting on me, you know? Who cares about the numbers? Yeah, we all know, you know, the more lies, the more numbers. You know, the more raunchy it gets, you know, attention. Nobody's here for that. Absolutely. So I want you guys to be the judgments of yourself. Do your research. Because for some people, this is not the black man's game. This is not the white man's game, baby. It's the money game. Let's get into it. We'll see you next time.
Anything he want with you, ain't nothing you can do about it.
Money game. This ain't the black man's game. This ain't the white man's game. This is the money game.
Scratching and scrambling most of my days to get where I got.
Not sacrifice yourself. The best thing you can do for poor people is not be one of them.
Now, I eats in the big house kitchen. I got pine boards on the floor of my cabin.
I crumble. My children crumble. My grandchildren crumble.
And it don't take much coughing for the master to make me have a cup of corn whiskey for my medicine.
I cannot, for the sake of my integrity, stand up here and let everybody that's counting on me crumble so I can make a statement.
Now that is fine living for a nigga, and I'll be damned if any African Guinea man is gonna make me lose all I've been working for. Now you take my meat.
There are ways to win the war in a different way.
Better learn. You best learn or you're gonna get the bloody back for sure.